Hi, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to show you how Google ranks your website in the search results and how you can take advantage of that and drive some more traffic to the site and calls to your business by getting it listed on the first page. So just for comparison, what I've done is I'm taking the top listing on the first page for your immediate local area and then just a little bit down the road, as well as your website, and I put them all into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on your site and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So you can see just by looking at some of these numbers quickly why some of these websites are outranking yours and being listed on the first page above yours. But let me go into a little bit further detail on what these numbers mean and then how you can improve them. So when Google is determining how to rank a website, it's going to use two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site, which is basically just a popularity contest. Now, this authority is gained when other websites refer back to yours, and it basically acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build this trust because others are vouching for you. So to quickly define these, if say the local news station did an article on their website for the top 10 best roofing companies in the area, and in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now, there's a lot of different types of websites that you can get these links from, including blogs or any kind of posting sites, press releases, any kind of manufacturers that you work with. But one of the most important ones is called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number are listed in an online directory, such as like we have here, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Better Business Bureau. Now, these are usually all free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input all the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So if we go back and take a look just at the sheer number of referring websites that these businesses have, this is the reason why Google is trusting them more and is ranking them higher up in the list. Now, something to note here is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these domains, it's also the quality. So they need to be relative to your industry or your field, and then from a site that Google trusts. Otherwise, it won't add in any kind of authority. Now, the second factor for ranking your site is the content on the page. Now, unfortunately, Google's not really picking up any keywords, and I run into this problem a lot when it comes to Wix websites. I believe what happens is a lot of times these get picked up as a picture, and they don't actually get picked up as keywords. So just to use one of your competitors just as an example, these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search that are being found on this website, as well as the volume, the number of times per month that they're being searched. So this is where we do a little bit of market research to find all the highest volume keywords relative to the areas that you want to service and then the services that you want to offer in those areas. And we make sure that those are being included on your website. So if we just take one as an example, I saw that you do skylights. 250 people a month are searching for skylight solution. If you were on the first page of Google search, 250 people a month would be seeing your website. Then we're usually really conservative and say only 10% of those actually become leads and contact your business. And then I don't know what the conversion rate is, but let's be even more conservative and say of that 10%, only 20% of those actually become a customer. You could be looking at potential of 5 new jobs per month just based off of one keyword. So then we would repeat that same process for all the highest volume keywords, like I said, relative to your services in your area, and make sure that those are included on your website. So obviously the profit margin varies per job, but that many number of leads coming into the business per month can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords on your site. So if we take a look at it here, Google doesn't really care much about the layout. It's just going to come in and try to count all the words and text on the page, everything that it considers content and text, not a picture. Now, it's generally looking for a minimum of about 1,500 to 2,000 words because it assumes that the more information you have on the page, the more of an expert you are, and the more likely it is to recommend you. Now, while it's counting these words, it's also searching for all those keywords. So that would be any of the services that you offer or the areas that you offer it in. Now, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 100 to 150 words of text on the page. So the more keywords or services that you want to be found for, means the more content and information that has to get added to your page. So if we take a look at the search results, up top that comes up is what's called the Google Map Pack. Now you're in this one because this is your immediate area. As we get further out, you're not being listed in here. Now there are ways to optimize this. You obviously have a Google business profile that you're using. You can geotag photos within your service area, and as well as making posts and upload those to your profile on a regular basis. Try to get as many customer reviews as possible. Make sure that all your information is filled out completely. And then you also want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number. You want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. Now underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up on the list you're going to rank. So this is where you need to get more of those links coming from other referring websites, and that way it'll build that trust, and then Google will be more likely to recommend you higher and higher up on this list, and then more people will be clicking on your site and giving you a call, which would lead to some more revenue for the business. Now, I hope this information was helpful. Most of the time, unfortunately, when I do come across people with Wix websites, in order to fully optimize so that way you can gain all these benefits, it usually does require being rebuilt on a different platform that Google can actually recognize all this, and then therefore you can get found in the search results easier. But I'd be happy to talk more if you have any questions, if you'd like to go into any further details. We could talk about some of your goals as a business, and then I can do some research to find out, what it would take for you to reach those. And then I also appreciate getting feedback as well, just to find out if information like this was useful for you. So please let me know what you thought. Thanks, and I hope this helps.